Senate is about Nigeria and Nigerians.
We all know what the Army has been doing in terms of ensuring the safety of lives and also performing its statutory function.
Senate pledges unwavering support to Nigerian Army in tackling security challenges.
And in the course of this public hearing, we want to know what understand why does the East-West Road take this time to be completed?
And Senate ad hoc committee to convene public hearing on unfinished East-West Road projects. A warm welcome to another interesting episode of Inside the Senate, your window to activities of the Red Chamber of the National Assembly and its members. I am Habib Zoksok, standing in for your anchor. Last week, the Senate Committee on Army paid a familiarization visit to the Army headquarters in Abuja, where it pledged its support to the Nigerian Army in tackling security challenges. In another development, the Senate Ad Hoc Committee investigating the non-completion of the East-West Road project paid a second visit to the area, this time calling on the governor of Akwa Ibom State. Reports of this event alongside other happenings in the Red Chamber of the National Assembly make up this episode of the program. Do stay with us.
Promote the unity, happiness, and prosperity of Nigeria.
The Defense Industries Corporation of Nigeria Act Repeal and Reenactment Bill 2023.
And this act should be supported by all.
There are issues that we must use this opportunity to critically address.
We accord this motion the urgency and the necessity it requires.
I rise the second motion.
The ayes have it.
Welcome back. During the week under review, the Senate, among other things, considered some bills for first and second readings, as well as some motions. Let's take highlights of these activities in our first report on the program. Keep watching.
Strive to preserve.
That I will strive to preserve
The fundamental objectives.
the fundamental objectives.
One of the major activities in the Red Chamber was the swearing-in of Senator-elect Reverend Moses Yohana from Adamawa North Senatorial District by the Clerk of the Senate.
And that I will preserve.
And that I will preserve,
protect, and defend the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
and defend the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
He replaces Senator Elisha Abo, whose victory was nullified by the Court of Appeal. Deputy President of the Senate, Senator Barrow Jibrin, received the newly sworn-in senator on the floor of the Red Chamber. To other matters, the Senate considered the following bills for first reading. Federal University of Transportation, Daura, Katsina State Act, Amendment Bill 2023, sponsored by Senator Nasir Sani Zongwen Daura. Merchant Ship Act, Repeal and Enactment Bill 2023, sponsored by Senator Eshilo Kum Sani Wasiu. Federal College of Education, Nsugbe, Establishment Bill 2023, sponsored by Senator Nwonye Tony. Counterfeit Fake Drugs and Unwholesome Processed Food Miscellaneous Provisions Act, Repeal and Enactment Bill 2023, sponsored by Senator Suleiman Umar Sadiq. Informal Sector Private Employment Agencies Regulations Bill 2023, sponsored by Senator Musa Muhammad Sani. The Senate also debated two bills at second reading. The first was a bill for an act to amend the Cybercrime, Prohibition and Prevention etc. Act 2015 and for other related matters thereto 2023 SB 188, sponsored by Senator Buba Umar Shehu.
This bill seeks to amend Section 44 as well as the long title to insert some consequential omissions from the Act. Mr. President, distinguished colleagues, the digital and information technology age has created new avenues and tools for committing traditional crimes and new forms of crimes.
According to Senator Shehu, the objectives of the bill include the provision of an effective and unified legal, regulatory, and institutional framework for the prohibition, prevention, detection, prosecution and punishment of cyber crimes in Nigeria. Senators contributed to the debate.
Most of us have been victims of cyber crime by hacking our phones, by hacking our accounts and other things. Yes, we agree on the use of information technology, but you agree with me that these days, especially the young ones, the use of advanced technology in the information technology has advanced the young ones or encouraged them to engage in cybercrime.
There is also the situation of ransomware, whereby ransom are being made to be paid through the internet using cryptos. So, and you know crypto is something that you cannot even detect who. You can't detect it. So this is one area I think this bill will come very important. It is there to protect our financial system and also to protect the security infrastructure of this country.
When you go to Galaxy Backbone, they have a room where you see what is happening between China, Russia, and America. You can see it every second, every minute. I remember the former minister, Pantami, myself, and the chairman in the house, we went to Korea. There was now attack from everywhere on their cyber security system. We asked a question. We said, why is there no any activities on our area? He said, oh, Nigeria, whenever we need anything, we just go there to pick and go. That's the disrespect they have for us, because our own people, we are not using to the maximum. We are not maximizing what we even have within the limit of what we are, within the limit of our capacity.
The bill scaled second reading and was referred to the Senate Committee on ICT and Cyber Crimes and Senate Committee on National Security and Intelligence for further scrutiny.
The single senators.
Two bills that were similar were simultaneously considered for second reading last week. The bills were a bill for an act to amend the Central Bank of Nigeria Act and for other related matters thereto 2023 SB 145, sponsored by Senator Nwokocha Darlington, and the bill for an act to amend the Central Bank Establishment Act 2007 to make the central bank more transparent and accountable in its operations and to ensure enhancement of its functions and for connected matters therewith 2023, sponsored by Senator Karimi Sunday Stee.
This bill was read for the first time in this Hallowed Chamber on Tuesday, 10th October 2023. This bill seeks to amend Section 6.1 to 8, 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and 5, 12, 1 and 2, 3, then 13, 1, 2, 3 and 4, and paragraph 8 of the first schedule to the Act to strengthen the bank and make provision for the appointment of a chairman of the board, provide for responsibility to quicken and deepen execution of bank's mandate. This bill seeks to address all anomalies that has hindered the advancement of the Apex Bank to handle the ailing economy of our nation.
The second area of amendment in my own bill has to do with the CBN governor and deputy governor participating in politics. Like we had with the last CBN governor. We know the problem he almost caused for the nation. I'm proposing that Section 9 be amended further, that will ban the CBN governor and his deputy from participating in politics when they are in service.
Lawmakers contributed to the general principles of the bill.
What determines effectiveness of government and its agencies is the law that is backing or establishing such. This is a well-researched. I'm highly impressed, and I'm sure all of our colleagues. And these are the loopholes that were in the CBN. And additionally, we have to look at, in addition to what he recommended, the issue of CBN thus dishing out loan to the federal government or government by ways and means, and the process in the previous administration has been abused. That too, we should look at it critically.
I want to caution us on this political consideration. I think merit should be more important here than where anybody come from. It is what we can put forward here, which is very, very important, because whatever they do there will affect everybody. So merit should be considered in terms of your past experience and your past contribution.
I think it is wrong to refer Salaries and Wages Commission to determine the salary of CBN staff. We passed CBN Act and we made them independent, and we allowed them to determine their own salary in tune with the realities of our economy. So it is wrong to send them to National Wages and Salaries Commission.
Emefiele is not the first person to be governor of CBN. And I ask any of my colleagues if they know any of his predecessors who behaved, whether politically or otherwise, in the manner that he did. What we need is not new laws. What we need is the will to enforce laws. And where the executive failed, for this elected parliament to draw the executive attention to manifest failure and absence of enforcing laws.
The bill scales second reading, and we are referred to the Senate Committee on Banking and Finance to report back to Senate in 2 weeks.
The Senate is concerned that...
Moving on to motions, the Senate considered a motion on the gruesome death of Charlie Silas, an NYSC member who was serving in Kaduna State. It was brought to the floor by Senator Napoleon Bali. According to the lawmaker, the 24-year-old corps member was murdered on the 18th of October 2023 while engaging in her regular morning jog.
Charlie was an enthusiastic NYC member from Lantan North local government area of Plateau State, full of life and promise, who actively contributed to the community development of Kaduna Metropolis and Kaduna State at large. The Senate is aware that Chalia, whose dad is also late, and she is the only daughter of her mother, was attacked and fatally stabbed by hoodlums while engaging in her regular morning exercise, just about 6 a.m. in the morning.
This will go a long way to discourage people willing to serve their fatherland wherever they are posted to. This episode, although done by hoodlums, I know this is not done by a patriotic Nigerian, but it should be discouraged, and at the end of the day, it should be an issue that we will take it with every sense of responsibility.
When you post youth corpers to some places, they begin to ask for redeployment. I was inundated with a lot of requests for help for the deployment of people from my area who were posted to some states across Nigeria for fear of their lives. And when you approach the NYSC, they will tell you that if they continue to do that, nobody will serve in those places. And you yield to it only for you to wake up and hear the type of thing that has just happened. If you gave this girl a chance, she may have rejected going to that place. She would prefer Abuja, where there is reasonable safety. So we must know that the life of every Nigerian is important, particularly these young people going on youth service.
This incident happens almost everywhere and every day. At times they go somewhere, they are kidnapped, they are held hostage for years, for months, and nothing is heard. And I think it is time. Because as Senator Ume just said, once it happened like that, there's nothing we can do to bring the life back. But how do we prevent the occurrence of such incidents to be our responsibility?
Prayers for the motion were for the Senate to 1. Condemn in strong terms the gruesome murder of Charlie Grace Silas. 2. Observe a minute's silence in honor of the deceased. And 3. Call on the federal government to work relentlessly towards safeguarding the lives of its citizens. 4. Urge the Inspector General of Police to direct the Commissioner of Police and other security agencies to investigate the circumstances and bring those responsible to book. And 5. Request the Ministry of Youths to direct the Director General of NYSC to appropriately support the family of the late corps member. The motion was voted on and adopted, after which a minute silence was observed in honor of the deceased corps member.
May the soul of Charlia Green-Salas rest in perfect peace.
Those were highlights of plenary from last week. Let's take a break here to open the Senate notebook. Keep watching.
The Senate Standing or Adhoc Committee, as the case may be, performs its duties through various ways. It holds regular meetings to deliberate on bills and other matters referred to them by the Senate. It conducts fact-finding and investigative hearings to enhance quality of bills with a view to obtaining relevant knowledge for oversight purposes. It also visits particular sites and agencies to obtain information and facts that will help its case.
Welcome back. On Wednesday, 25th of October 2023, the Senate Committee on Army, led by its chairman, Senator Abdulaziz Eradua, paid a familiarization visit to the Army headquarters in Abuja. Present to receive the lawmakers was the Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Taoreed Lagbaja, and other principal staff of the Nigerian Army headquarters. Speaking during the visit, Chairman of the committee pledged the unwavering support of the Senate to the Nigerian Army in tackling security challenges.
We all know what the Army has been doing in terms of ensuring the safety of lives and also performing its statutory function as mandated by the Constitution.
Senator Eradua also called on the Army to cooperate with the Senate in order to ensure that all it requires to function optimally is achieved. Speaking earlier, the Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Taoreed Lagbaja, appreciated the committee for its critical role in promoting effective functioning of the Nigerian Army.
We cherish the feedback that we receive from you, formally and informally, and that has led in the refining of our operations and other tasks that we conduct in the field.
The meeting also saw the chairman of the committee presenting a copy of the legislative agenda of the 10th Senate Committee on Nigerian Army to the Army Chief. On his part, the Army Chief reciprocated the gesture in appreciation for the visit. Still on committee activities, the Ad hoc Committee on Fact-Finding on the East-West Road project has revealed that there is duplication in the contract awarded for the project. Chairman of the Ad hoc Committee, which was on its second inspection visit to the region, Senator Abdul Ningi, stated this on Monday, 23rd October 2023, while paying a courtesy visit to the Akwa Ibom State governor.
We had quite a number of reservations on what has transpired over the last 21 years. We have come to conclusion that people have not been honest and people have not been forthcoming with the much needed data and information, particularly as it relates to corruption. We want to make sure that before the end of our tenure, this road is fully completed.
While speaking again during a courtesy visit to the Cross River State Governor, Senator Ningi assured that the committee would convene a public hearing on the East-West Road project.
This will be the first leg of the assignment. The second leg of the assignment is that we are going to have a 2-day public hearing. And in the course of this public hearing, we want to understand why does the East-West Road take this time to be completed? We want to know the financial aspects of the road. We want to know the quantum of the money that has gone into the road. We want to know from the contractors who has gotten what and how. What did he do? And we want to make sure that people have not collected Nigerian money and just disappear.
While on the first inspection visit to the region in July 2023, the ad hoc committee realized that the contracts were awarded by the Federal Ministry of Works, the Niger Delta Development Commission, as well as several states and local governments in the region, contributing to the non-completion of the project in over 20 years. Up next on the program is our profile segment. Please continue watching as we introduce our featured senator of the week.
Senator Aminu Waziri Tambuwal represents Sokoto South Senatorial District in the 10th Senate. He was elected on the platform of the People's Democratic Party (PDP). Senator Aminu Waziri Tambuwal was born on the 10th of January 1966 in Tambuwal, Sokoto State. He had his early education at the Tambuwal Primary School from 1972 to 1979 and Government Teachers College, Dogwandaji, where he obtained his Teacher's Grade 2 certificate in 1984. Determined to become a lawyer, he proceeded to read law at the Usman Danfodio University, Sokoto, graduating in 1999 with an LLB honors. He was called to the Nigerian Bar in 1992 after successfully completing his one-year mandatory studies at the Nigerian Law School, Lagos State. Senator Tambuwal has also attended courses at the prestigious Kennedy School of Government, Harvard, USA, Oxford University, Sanford Graduate School of Business, USA, and Tulane University, USA. His charm and vibrant pursuit of an egalitarian society was soon noticed by his colleagues, who persuaded him to run for office, and he was elected the Public Relations Officer of the Nigerian Bar Association, Sokoto, in 1997. Subsequently, he was to serve variously as the association's Assistant National Financial Secretary, First National Secretary, and Secretary of the Human Rights Committee between the years 1998 and 2002. After working as the personal assistant to the then Senate leader, Senator Abdullahi Wali, Tambuwal ran for the House of Representatives seat for Kebbe Tambuwal Federal Constituency of Sokoto State in 2003 on the platform of the All Nigerian People's Party (ANPP) and won. In 2004, he became the minority leader of the House. Since then, he has had numerous political successes such as Member House of Representatives from 2003 to 2015, during which he served as the Speaker of the 7th House of Representatives. He was also Governor of Sokoto State from 2015 to 2023. He is now a serving Senator in the 10th Senate, representing Sokoto South Senatorial District, and serves as the Senate Committee Chairman on Housing. His gallery of awards include the Commander of the Federal Republic (CFR), Abdullahi Gwandu Leadership Award by Gwandu Emirate Council, Kebbi State, Leadership Newspaper's Politician of the Year 2011, Sun Newspaper's Man of the Year 2012, among others.
That brings us to the end of this week's edition of Inside the Senate. Don't forget to communicate your questions and opinions via any of our feedback channels. Stay safe and see you next week.